Major Glen Ignazio joins us now with his analysis. U.S. Air Force retired from Special Operations. And let me begin on that point about we love seeing the video of people being reunited with their families. It's been terrific over the last 5 days. Will this last? Should it last, this truce between Israel and Hamas that's still in place? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's completely outstanding to see hostages released. But we start coming up, if you look at the numbers, to something very interesting. So Hamas, the terms said if they release 10 more each day, they'll extend. So that's a possibility that they can get into maybe even Saturday working with the Israelis. The issue is how we look at it is we start getting into women and children are released where the remaining only becomes male. And at the same time, I would anticipate that they would release maybe 1 or 2 Americans, but not many, because if they hold the Americans, that leaves the United States as a key negotiating factor to extend this and get hostages free for more days on the ceasefire.
Now, both sides, we said today, were accusing the other of breaking the ceasefire, but the IDF's been telling them, we have them on a lot. In fact, Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Conricus was on this program yesterday talking about the fact that Hamas has been, I guess no surprise, less than truthful with how it's been operating. I want you to listen to how he characterized that, and we'll come back and talk about some of those challenges. Here's Colonel Conricus.
Yesterday, an Israeli teenager was released without her mother, which is against the framework, the agreed-upon framework. Then we inquired about it, and Hamas said, we don't know where she is. Then we questioned the teenager who was released, and she said, well, I was with my mother for the entire time, and they only separated us 2 days before the release. So a clear and blatant lie by Hamas.
A clear and blatant lie, he says, by Hamas. That, in a larger sense, creates certainly challenges. Will it mean that this pause ends maybe sooner than people want it to here over the next few days? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I anticipate this back and forth, and I don't want to say it's nitpicking. We're talking about lies, but what I'm talking about is the terms. Like, for example, a small family with a 9-month-old baby is being held by a different faction. There's actually multiple factions. It's not just big Hamas. There's numerous groups, and so the coordination there is going to be interesting and challenging. So I think that that's always going to be some infighting with who says what. The same thing about the battles and the skirmishes that are happening in the north. There are a bunch of IEDs that were left for the IDF to trigger, basically booby traps. They blew those, so that may have been a trigger to think that, hey, there's explosives going on, but there's not been any major airstrikes or major hits. It's been little skirmishes like that in the north, and that may be the case because, again, Hamas is not the most closely coordinated, organized fighting faction.
So what is the impact then on the Israeli war effort? I mean, on the one hand, you have the Biden administration clearly putting pressure on the Israelis that once you resume this war, if you do, don't do the same thing you just did in the northern part of Gaza. We want you taking better care of civilians in the south, and they're being, open about saying that in public, saying we don't want this to be repeated. So that's the pressure on the one hand. On the other side, there's a pause in effect that must have some military impact on the IDF in terms of what they wanted to accomplish. Bring all of that together, if you can, for us, and tell us how will the war effort essentially be affected once this is all over with, the truce?
Yeah, great question. So, Israel had a particular timeline. Anytime you do any type of military operation, you're trying to create a timeline with certain objectives to meet. So that gets a little bit extended or delayed a little bit. So Hamas has the chance to regroup and reorganize. Absolutely. IDF gets to do the same thing. And the other thing is the IDF gets to gather more intelligence from those that are released as far as what was going on, where are they. So there's some benefits to this. The other thing is targeting, or actually identifying, and how you target a particular threat or attack a target is something that Israel is going to be looking at. For example, in the United States and Iraq, we had the Iraqis putting weapons really close right up to homes and so forth. And we actually used very smart guided cement bombs to eliminate collateral damage. So I think this is a great time for Israel to review and see how they can engage these targets with the minimal amount of collateral damage as possible.
Interesting. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.